is a real treat today. We go back to, I think, 2002 maybe? 2002.
2004.
2004.
5. Yeah.
Okay. So this is Callie Curry. You might have seen her little movie called Exit the Gift Shop, doing some illegal activities. Most know her by her street name, Swoon. A pleasure to have you and see you again. It's been a couple years.
Paul. Yeah.
Couple years. Your last show at Deitch, you did the video piece, which was interesting. But we're not here to talk about art. We're here for your top 10 albums. But you told me that this is top 10 albums to get shit done in the studio.
Yeah, these are the like depressing, like contemplative, focusy kind of albums. Like,
Okay.
and then when I say depressing, I just mean like a lot of big sad songs, a lot of big
So
stories.
the cutters are going to get turned on by this podcast?
Like, it's nothing fun. Everything fun got kind of left out because I was like, well, I got to pick some genre. And I was like, when you said albums, I was like, what songs do I know the whole, or where do I know the whole album? And a lot of it was from. So I decided to also kind of focus around like what I was listening to back in those early shows, because I was like, there's just too much stuff in the world if you're only going to pick 10. Like,
Exactly.
It's good to sort of just.
I know, but it's it's an homage to the top 10 Letterman, and
Okay.
10's a nice number.
Yeah, for sure.
Bo Derek, everyone likes that.
Yeah, so I kind of curated the sort of like what would I have been listening to in my studio while I was carving those massive linoleums way back when.
All right. So the studio's on fire. What are you taking? What are you taking out of the studio to listen to on your bicycle, getting the hell out of there?
Well, I was thinking when you said that, I was like, okay, none of those are quite that album. For my bicycle, getting the hell out of there. Then I really get into like the song that just came on when I like unplugged my headphones was Glorilla. I'm just like, that's more the energized side of things.
Okay.
But I would say for just like those albums that are like hit this like perfect sweet spot is Madlib Shades of Blue.
Okay.
Also from way back in the day. Do you know that one?
No, I don't know that one.
Madlib Shades of Blue. It's a great. Okay, so Madlib, just a brilliant musician. But this kind of amazing thing happened. So do you remember like when people were sampling, like sort of like Birth of Hip Hop, and everybody's sampling like crazy, and some artists started to get sued?
Oh, yes.
Well, the Blue Note record label kind of had the brilliant idea to be like, rather than suing this artist, let's just give him our catalog. So they opened up their whole catalog to Madlib, and he made this beautiful classic
Madlib,
record.
yes, now it's ringing a bell. But I didn't know that backstory. That's great.
Yeah.
That's what companies should do, because it just makes them hipper.
It does. No, I mean, now, we're so like more connected to all those songs.
Right. It's like Trent Reznor samples stuff all the time. He goes, find what I did, because I mashed it up so hard, you'll never discover what I do with it. So if you figure it out, then sue me.
Then sue me.
But until then, you'll never figure it out.
Yeah.
So what's in the top 10 that you gave me? What are we going to start with?
What do we feel like starting with? Why don't we start with, I think, which album was that? The Getty Address?
Getty Address.
That was something, I remember that album, like now I'm drawing a blank. Just came out, and we were listening to it all the time when it was like late 2005 in Miami, the setup that we were working on in Miami with you guys.
So the artist,
Dirty Projectors.
Dirty Projectors, okay.
And
I got it here.
You got it? Okay.
Which one do you want?
I would say maybe just start off the top. Let's see what...
I Sit on the Ridge?
Yeah, let's try that.
Okay, here we go. Dirty Projectors, I Sit on the Ridge at... Oh, here we go. Got some trombone.
Yes. Some weird, unexpected.
Calypso.
This was such a surprising album. Because it was like beautiful and experimental and soulful and thoughtful, but also like it's a little fun.
You can groove to it.
Yeah.
All right, let's pump it up a little bit.
Right, but just all the like, I love like songs that make space with their. It's like
Yeah,
you
this
can,
is nice.
You can hear the landscape that's being laid out.
And this is the first track. It's already a banger.
Comes right in.
That's how you got to do it. Production sounds amazing.
Yeah.
All right, I love it. Is he gonna start jamming or hard? Right?
This is I think there's some vocals that come in, but I don't remember at what point.
Let's see if they have a jammer. They got another one on there?
They don't really. The rest of it is it's a little bit it's kind of dreamy and big vocals and kind of like mental landscapes.
How about this one? Warholian Wigs.
I don't even remember the names of the songs. Okay, we're going to try to
we'll see what reference we make to Warhol. I like the xylophone too.
Yeah, I love all those complex and kind of tinkling sounds and like it's just so dreamy.
All right, I think that's a record that you get a big doobie and you chill out on a Saturday night. I think it's gonna take you places, right?
Absolutely. And I loved it. We would just like turn it on when you're like in the sort of cavern of making the installation and just kind of let those sounds flow.
It's a 13-song LP, so you're getting some money's worth there. All right, so who do you want to?
Next, let's do Nico Case.
Nico Case, so you got it right here.
So the song that really made me fall in love with that album is called Dirty Knife.
Dirty Knife, got it right here. Here we go.
So suddenly the madness came with its whiskered woman. He's a pains. He locked the door and he shut the blinds. He laid down on the floor and he slept like I, while the dirty knife wore deep into his spine. Blood runs crazy.
What a voice.
Such a voice. The first time I saw her, a friend of mine was like, had a huge crush on her, was like, we gotta drive to Baltimore to see my friend. And I just watched this voice pour out of her and I was like, holy shit.
That's where she lives in Baltimore?
No, it was just where she was touring and we were up for a road trip. But for me, for her, it's the storytelling. And me and my dad really bonded over this song actually because like, there's just a lot of mental health struggles in my family, and she just like singing to that in this like.
Yeah, that's a hell of a voice.
Yeah.
I have to listen to that. That's a good one. So, is there another track on this album that you like too?
I mean, I like. Let's see what else was on there. Let's see. Sorry, I need to pull these up to remember the. I kind of can't remember is the needle has landed maybe or a widow's toast. I mean,
widow's toast is probably going to be intense.
Or John Saw That Number is kind of. I mean, again, it's just like or lines. I mean, there's just let's just try it random, try something.
All right, we're going to try Widow's Toast.
Okay.
By Nico Case. Here we go, Widow's Toast.
Spectres move like pilot flames, their widows toasted Saint-Angèle. Better times collide with now, the tears were warm, I feel them still. Their heat to vapor.
This rips your heart out already. It's crazy.
I love Rip Your Heart Out music, but also just her lyricism, like heat to vapor. Like how are you singing these like descriptions? Like in such a huge voice, you know. It's like she really just lays out a full narrative and then just plows through it with that voice.
This is a producer's dream. Like, they don't have to do shit on this voice. I mean, that's a voice. Listen to this voice, folks.
That's how it catches you from
Just a little double tracking. And
and how it always, always, always slips away. Specters move like pilots.
So good.
oh, Jesus Christ.
Time to wake up.
Technology.
Better times collide with now, and better times, and better times are coming still.
Okay, let's
All
rip
right.
our hearts out more.
All right.
Now we're getting into like deep confessions too.
Okay, all right,
So
go on.
Elliott Smith,
Oh, boy. Here we go.
which is I think the titular album. Yeah, it's his first album. So Elliott Smith, man, there's so much about him, but let's play The White Lady Loves You More.
White Lady Lives You More.
Loves You More, yeah.
Okay. We all know Elliott Smith was a Williamsburg boy.
Mm-hmm. Who died in a really sad way.
Yeah, with a steak knife.
Yeah.
I mean, there's easier ways to go.
Yeah.
And also a $1,500 day habit, which I'm like, I didn't know he had that kind of money.
Yeah.
But here we go. We're listening to music. We're not talking gossip. White Lady Love, Elliott Smith.
Keep your things in a place meant to hide. I know we're there somewhere, and I know that's where you'll go tonight. I'll be thrown over just like before. The white lady loves you more. Need a metal man just to pick up your feet. It's a long time since you cared.
Do we have to put a disclaimer in front of this podcast?
You might cry. I think we might. And this one, also, this is such a heartbreaking song for me. You know, so like, I don't know how much like you know about my whatever family life, but when I first was making art, I never talked about it. But both my parents had been addicted to heroin when I was a kid, which is a tough way to grow up. Like, it's not, there's a lot that you need that you don't get when you have that kind of family.
Sure, like
and
food.
like food sometimes. Like, let's not mince words. That is the truth. But like, so this, there ain't nothing you won't allow. Like, he fucking talks about it. And like, The White Lady Loves You More, just the idea that like, you're never gonna see me, your own child, because you're in the thrall of this thing. And like, for him, he's probably talking to a lover, but the fucking heartbreak is the same, you know?
Wow. I didn't know that about you, Cal. That's a tough bridge to cross at a young age.
Yeah. And because back then I didn't talk about it, because I was just like, out in the world, figure, you know what I mean? And it wasn't really until much later.
Energetic bunny when
Exactly.
I
I was like, get me the fuck out of there. I used to call that like the speed at which you run from your home, right? The speed that I was going back then.
And what part of Florida?
Daytona Beach.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Where they threw dead junkies on the beach.
Oh,
Do you know
boy.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
Daytona
if a
Beach.
friend overdosed.
Oh boy.
Okay, Southern Belle.
Okay, here we go.
Speaking of dark Southern ass stories. Oh, is that Southern Belle? No. No, that's not Southern Belle.
Sorry. It went to a... I'm playing off my phone, folks, so it's a little... usually the iPad is a little easier. This is going through different channels, so bear with us, okay?
Yeah, so this next one is just like... So I grew up in Florida, and it just feels like... Do you got it?
Which one? Southern Belle?
Southern Belle, yeah.
Southern Belle for Southern Belle?
Go ahead.
hell. So they expect from you too, but I wouldn't have you.
There's something about this song where it's like beautiful, but I feel this like rage in it.
Yeah. There's a little angst, yeah.
I feel like the heat of the South in some way in that.
Yeah. How do you survive those summers down there?
Yeah. I don't even want to breathe. Don't even want to breathe. I live in a southern town. All you can do is grit your teeth. Right? Like, it's like that. It's like this like seethingness of being trapped in that kind of place. He gets that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy was prolific.
Really
man.
prolific.
I guess he had a mission, he did it, and then it was time to go, you know?
Yeah.
All right.
Now let's
cruise
lighten
through
up.
these. All right, let's lighten up.
Let's lighten up and go to Captain of None.
Captain of None.
Yeah, by Colleen.
Hold on. Oh, Colleen. Captain of None. Here we go.
Yeah. And she's also really prolific, but in it, she's a completely different vibe than like Elliott Smith and Nico Case, where you're like gutting into your deepest truth. She's like kind of makes you feel like that you can just sort of float along in this kind of endless dreamscape and sort of just make and think and, you know.
All right. Excellent album cover, too.
Yeah.
All right. Captain of None. Colleen.
Try This Hammer Breaks.
Oh.
Or whatever. And you can really, this is one
Hammer
of those
Breaks?
albums
Okay,
you can
well,
really go
This
anywhere
Hammer
with
Breaks.
it.
This Hammer Breaks.
Yeah. Or no, wait, hold on. Let's try I'm Kin.
Alrighty. I'm Kin. Okay.
Yeah, right? It's just kind of... And she makes like dozens of albums that just have this like sort of floaty, dreamy, like there's something a little cerebral about it.
Okay. Yeah, I've never heard of her.
To the broken Aztec cup, I'm kin to the golden brown from Iraq. I'm kin to the broken Aztec cup, I'm kin to the golden brown from Iraq. I'm kin to the broken Aztec cup, I'm kin to the golden brown from Iraq.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. And she gets into the, yeah, she's sort of the opposite of those, but in a, like, it stays in that sort of place where it kind of tunes you down energetically so you can be and focus, but it's sort of easy and lovely and cerebral,
And she
you know?
puts out a lot of stuff?
Tons of stuff. She has tons of albums, yeah.
She puts them out herself, or?
I don't know, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, the album cover is very mysterious.
Yeah.
Kind of Brancusi-esque.
Right, yeah.
All right.
And then just try anything else on there, just whatever you like.
Let's see.
Something that you like the title
Soul
of.
Alphabet sounds
Let's
interesting.
try that, yeah.
And she's doing all the composition herself?
I think so. Yeah, I think this is her. I don't know much about her instrumentation or like how she's, executing the songs, but I think that this is her, her art form and that she's, yeah.
What are we talking, mid-30s?
Age? I have no idea. Yeah, it's strange. I've been listening to her for years and I've actually never looked her up. Which actually I think sort of speaks to the like easygoing cerebral nature of it. Somebody like Elliott Smith, you're like, what's going on with this person? You like want to sort of look them up,
Right.
Or, Nico Case, like I'm midway through her autobiography. Like, there's...
glad to know that we're only 19 minutes in.
To the podcast. Okay, well, we're cruising.
Callie's hungry, folks.
I am. I know. I was like, I'm not going to make it long today. Okay, so it looks like she's 49, and we see her with a violin in her hand.
Okay.
I think she's French. Yeah, so she's probably doing a little finger picking here. I see
Yep,
this. Yeah. Yeah.
It's been around doing her thing. That's good.
Yeah, she's doing her thing. I love her.
Should we pick another one?
Yeah, whichever one you think. Just you DJ this one.
This hammer breaks.
That's the one we started. It has that nice, I like that one. It has that nice chaotic kind of percussive beginning.
We'll check it out again.
Let's try that again.
I also like that kind of distance production sound. You got this. You feel like you're in some environment.
Oh, is that it?
That's what
Okay.
it sounds like.
This hammer breaks illusions. This hammer breaks. This hammer breaks illusions. This hammer breaks. This dark light, this hammer breaks. Makes me feel so alive. Illusions. This dark light, this hammer breaks. This hammer breaks. Makes me feel so alive. Illusions. Illusions. This dark light, this hammer breaks.
And just, I think this is even just a little bit of an unusual pairing, that like really intense percussive nature with the sort of dreamy, and then it drops out.
It's definitely. I think it's worth checking out for sure.
Yeah.
Callie has stumped me about 7 out of 10 of these records, folks. So
I love that.
wow, old man Paul's getting a lesson today.
And this are old albums, and I didn't pull anything super new. This is all stuff I'd been listening to for a long time. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, should we stay French and go to The Lighthouse by Jan Tiersen?
Surely.
Okay. So this album was, I love albums that make you feel like a sense of magic, and Jan Tiersen does a lot of movie soundtracks.
Okay.
So there's this sort of sense that you're in a soundtrack. This album may have been a soundtrack also. I'm not sure. But for The Lighthouse, let's try On the Wire as our starting song.
On the Wire.
Jan
okay.
Tiersen most famously did the Amélie soundtrack.
Okay. Here we go. On the Wire.
Gotta let him do his change. He gets into it in a second here. Gotta let him get into it. Yeah. And I love it's so expansive and yet so spare. It's like these big sounds, but you can hear that just like one guy kind of really.
No, violins, when people are into it, it's wild. My dad supposedly played as a youth. I don't believe him.
And let's see, what else would be good for this? Maybe. Hold on one second. Let's get a couple more. No, I can't remember the exact. Let's either try The Crisis or The Neighborhood.
Okay, we're gonna try The Neighborhood.
But I recommend for people listening to listen to the whole song of this on the wire, because he really it's a journey. He gets into it more at the end.
Okay.
But yeah, go ahead.
The Neighborhood.
Maybe this kind of makes sense now of so fun. Listen how fun this is. It's like playing the what? What are we playing here? I don't
Pots
even
and
know.
pans.
Playing the pots and pans. And then just like so beautiful and passionate and like, but I think, now I'm really into narrative film. I'm working on narrative films, and maybe it makes sense that I've been listening to these soundtracks all these years.
Yeah. It's gonna seep in.
Mm-hmm.
So you're in the dark a lot, huh?
What does that mean?
Doing these films.
Yeah. Well, that film that I showed at Dice before, that was, I blocked out a room and was just in the dark. But these, like, what is happening here? So fun. And one of my favorite, I saw this video of Jan Tiersen years ago, and he was like on the ground playing like some kind of thumb piano in front of like a stadium of people in France, just screaming their heads off. And I was like, wow, they really...
He's a national hero, huh?
Yeah, I loved it. I loved just seeing somebody being so tweaky and nerdy and so just like celebrated. It was like kind of rock star for being this kind of like nerdy, dreamy, like beautiful kind of sound maker.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I could definitely see him doing soundtracks.
Yeah. Okay, where should we go next?
You're driving.
Let's go. Sad Again. Sorry, guys. Sad Again. Sufjan Stevens, Carrie and Lowell.
Carrie and Lowell. Here we go.
Okay, and from Carrie and Lowell, I think the song that guts me like a fish is called 4th of July.
All right. Here we go. 4th of July.
It's kind of haunting, right? Just in tone, anyway.
The evil had spread like a fever ahead. It was night when you died, my firefly. What could I have said to raise you from the dead? Or could I be the sky on the 4th of July? Well, you do enough talk, my little hawk. Why do you cry? Tell me, what did you learn from the Tillamook burn or the 4th of July? We're all gonna die.
So this album he made right after his mom passed away. And again, like, one of the first places that I really learned to, like, feel solace in other people who had mentally ill parents or addiction and this kind of struggles in their life was through songs. And so Sufjan Stevens, there's another song called Seven Swans of his. It's on a different album, but there's a few songs of his where I would hear them and I was like, there's something here. Like I would cry and listen to them and be like, there's something, because it would take me straight to like really sort of eerie or terrifying memories in my life. And I was like, how is he doing that? And again, this is one of those where I looked it up and I was like, oh, his mother, he has a mentally ill mother. That's how. And so when he lost his mother, he wrote this album, and I had just lost my mom. And so I just listened to it, and it's so, you can feel the sort of depth of his loss. And the other thing actually about this album that was so sort of interesting for me, or it like helped me in this way, is you hear the eeriness. I remember like talking to my therapist about that, and I was saying how the eeriness of this brought me back to this eeriness that I felt at like a period in my life when things were so unstable. My mom was really unwell, and my therapist was like, that eeriness is you're starting to disassociate, and as you're kind of pulling away, the sense of the world can sometimes feel a little eerie. But it was like the eeriness in this song that like kind of brought me to that, being able to talk to my therapist about that.
Wow.
And so yeah, I just feel like this is one of those times where you're like, fuck, music is so powerful.
Well, that's when I met you. It's doing install and everything. It's embedded in you.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to have you on this podcast, because I know it's important to you, and you've melded the art and the music as much as you can.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people, I don't think they realize that.
Yeah. That it really is. It's part of what you make.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try "Drawn to the Blood" as the second song.
Drawn to the Blood. Drawn to the Blood. Okay. Here we go.
But yeah. So after I had been listening to this album nonstop.
Oh, you do that? You kill an album?
With this one I did, because
yeah.
I was grieving and he was grieving, and I just needed it.
Right.
But
you should write him a letter.
Well, it was funny because I saw him at I will actually. That's a good idea.
Like a real letter, not an email.
Okay. That's just to say how.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
I think people getting a letter these days, it means a lot.
Yeah.
And
I think it means a lot. Even an artist that's shared a lot, it's always important to hear how you.
Right.
But it was funny because I saw him and I actually literally ran away. I was at the Music Box and he was there, and I could feel that I was about to burst into tears and that he was just out to have a fun night. And I went and I just like bolted the other direction, and a friend of mine found me and was like, grabbed me. I was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I just had to run away from Sufjan Stevens so I didn't cry all over him.
As fire to the sun. Tell me what I have done. How? Heart of a dragon. How? Heart of a dragon. For my prayer has always been love. What did I do?
So I think our next should be Jolie Holland, Escondida.
Jolie Holland.
And that was another one that during that first install in 2005, this was in constant rotation. The other reason I wanted to listen to, or I chose a lot of these older ones, is because you said album. And I feel like back when we had physical CDs, I would listen to a whole album in a way that now it's kind of like pieces,
Right. Well, you're saying that one album you listen to a lot. Ever since I was little, I never killed a record.
Oh.
I always wanted to keep it special.
Okay.
And not go, I heard that 100 times.
Yeah.
I remember
will
saying,
kill a record.
I would play a record once and not listen to it for like sometimes 2-3 years.
Oh no, I will kill a record. But then I listen to it like crazy, and then I'll forget about it, and then years later I'll uncork it. Oh my god, you know what I can't believe? Wait, can we add one?
Okay.
Because I forgot to put one of the most important albums from this.
Okay.
But again, we're getting depressing as shit.
Okay.
Or we could skip it. Is it strict to keep it at 10, or can we add to 11?
We can go
We're
11.
taking it to 11.
Yes. Spinal Tap this shit.
Spinal tapping this shit. Okay, so for Jolie Holland, let's start with Mad Tom of Bedlam.
Mad Tom of Bedlam. Okay, here we go. Again, sporadic. You love that.
I do, don't I?
You're a bebop girl. You're born in the wrong generation, girl.
Thank you. You're helping me understand something about myself.
Swell that we sing Bonnie boys, Bonnie and boys, bedroom boys are Bonnie for they all go bare and they live in the yard and they want no drink nor money. I went down to Satan's kitchen for to break my fast one morning and there I got souls popping hot all on the spits are turning. Swell that we sing Bonnie boys, Bonnie and boys, bedroom boys are Bonnie for they all go bare and they live in the yard and they want no drink nor money. Hey, spirit hot as lightning did on that journey guide me. The sun did shake and the pale moon quake wherever they did spy me. And it's well that we sing Bonnie boys, Bonnie mad boys. Bedlam boys are Bonnie for they all go bare and they live in the air and they want no drink nor money.
I just love that like mythical storytelling. Like you just feel like she's spinning a yarn, you know?
Yeah.
And it feels like this kind of classic. It's just kind of mythical and like old-fashioned and
It's bebop.
and bebop.
We've got another one from her.
Black Stars.
Black Stars.
Love that whistle.
I saw you tonight by the light of the shining black stars that circle my heart. I saw you come in, though it was dim. I have been listening from
And this, yeah, it just sort of feels like that dreamlike kind of melancholic, you know, it just matched my tone at that time.
Well, that's, people don't realize, if you've never seen Callie's work, you've probably seen it on the street. In the gallery setting, it's a totally different, it's an environment. You're stepping into a place, you're going somewhere. Granted, the things on the street will stop, be captivated, but yeah, we're not talking art, but once she has a show up, go see it, because you're going to be all of what she's saying, the music, it's all encompassing, and she gets into it. Crazy. Long installs.
Yeah, huge installs. I'm doing one right now, actually, for a film. But I do hope to make it public. Okay, so now let's do the bonus album.
Okay, you got it, because I don't have it.
We can just do one song. Oh, I'll play it? Oh, no, but, so it's, here.
Oh, wait, I have to look it up.
Because you have to play it, because it's your, yeah.
This band. Oh, my Lord, this is a great band.
This is Neutral Milk Hotel in the
Yeah.
Airplane Over the Sea. And let's just do one song, because it's a killer.
Okay, we'll let it ride. It's got the figures on the cover.
It's like an 8-minute song, though, so.
In the airplane. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, so the album is in the Airplane Over the Sea.
Okay, in the airplane.
And the song is O Comely.
Oh, Conley got it. Okay. Now, this is a band. This is a band.
This is really, yeah.
I know these guys.
They're incredible. And this, again, it was like very early in my journey of like really recognizing like some of the dark stuff that was like, that I was bringing with me. And it was through these albums and these songs.
Nice. Okay, here we go, folks. Natural Milk Hotel.
Neutral Milk Hotel.
Neutral, sorry.
8 minutes. We can't play the whole thing, but it's so they do sort of bring in. Do you remember when everybody was crazy about Beirut? Which also I loved them as well. But this Neutral Milk Hotel album, I feel like brought this sense of like dirge circus music like back.
Right.
But for me, it was, you know, like you can hear that voice. It's a strange voice, you know.
Who's the band that you had at the boat show?
They're gonna. I think we should close with them.
Okay. 'Cause
Yeah.
I bought that CD from them.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this whole album is absolutely a masterpiece.
It's like one microphone in a room.
Yeah. And just the like the rawness of what he's sharing, you know? Yeah.
It's a tense girl here, people. Tense.
Intense. Wait, okay, play like 2 seconds of King of the first song on the album, just to get a sense of some more of the, because we can't do the whole of O Comely. It's really an
King
experience.
of Carol Flowers?
Yeah, just. Oh no, that's not. Well, never mind. I feel like that. This
that's
is one
part
of those
2.
albums.
You want part 1?
Yeah. Part
Sorry,
one.
we'll do part
That's
1.
okay.
There's no rules here. I have space for here.
Anyway, it's but again, it's like the storytelling and the sort of world building. And how you built a tower tumbling through the trees, and holy rattlesnakes that fell all around your feet. Your mama sticking fork right into daddy's shoulder. Intense. Okay, so now let's go to also deeply soulful but sort of more restful. Let's go to Michael Kiwanuka, Home Again.
Home Again, you said?
Yeah, the album Home
Okay,
Again.
here we go.
Yeah, this
Home again, home again.
so you just feel soothed. You just feel like somebody just
I feel home again, home again, home again. One day I know I feel strong again. Lift my head. Many times I've been told all this talk will make you old. So I'll close my eyes, look behind, moving on, moving on. So I'll close my eyes, look behind, moving on.
I feel like he's one of those like people who sort of carries the torch for like just like a soulful kind of, you know, somebody who's so young but they sound a million years old.
Right,
And,
yeah, that happens sometimes.
and what else? Maybe I'm Getting Ready is the second song on this album.
Okay. I'm getting ready.
Oh my, I didn't know what it means to believe. Oh my, I didn't know what it means to believe. But if I hold on tight, is it true? Would you take care of all that I do? Oh Lord, I'm getting ready. know how hard it would be. But if I hold on tight, is it true? Would you take care of all that I do? Oh Lord, I'm getting ready.
And I love some of that sense. This one sort of that like kind of echoes an old spiritual, like when he starts to get into it. Right? It almost feels like a song that you're singing like together with a yeah, I
Well,
love
you
him.
definitely have a lane.
Well, I picked a lane. I
picked
picked a lane for this on purpose. I sort of kept okay, so let's do Cat Power.
All right. Notorious stage fright. My brother saw her. I think she performed 10 minutes and walked off the stage.
Wow, I saw her and she did a
with her back to the
beautiful,
audience, and she could not handle
beautiful
it.
performance.
She's gotten better, but in the beginning, that the label's like, you got to perform at least 40 minutes, kid, because
Yeah.
people want to see
People
you.
want to see you. Okay, so there's 2 songs on here. First, let's do The Werewolf,
Okay. Here we go. Cat Power.
which I think that this is a
New York
cover.
Darling.
Huh?
New York Darling. Werewolf is a cover, you think?
It's a cover from what is his name? I'm totally blanking on it. He's this great like classic songwriter that she has covered a few of his songs. He's I'll try to think about it, but
Okay. Here we go.
it's Michael Hurley.
Put on my Cat Power glasses.
You know, just
How's that $7 kombucha?
ah, thank you. It's getting me through this. Honestly, I need a little blood sugar. But you know, just this is one of those songs. So pretty much all the songs that I've chosen from this, like from this era, a lot of it had to do with, like I said, being able to sort of tap into something I was experiencing but I didn't have words for. And so like these singers, that's why so many of these songs are so melancholic, because these singers were sort of like just tapping into these kind of stories and these tones that were sort of like allowing me to just feel what I felt.
You didn't feel alone.
Exactly. And so the big one off this album is I Don't Blame You. It's the first song. It's actually about Kurt Cobain, but you know, this song and also the
I Don't Blame You, you said?
I Don't Blame You, yeah.
Okay, we'll check it out. Cat Power.
Last time I saw you, we were on stage. Yeah, it was wild, your eyes were bright, and you were in a rage. You were swinging your guitar around, 'cause they wanted to hear that sound that you didn't want to play. But I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Now, how beautiful is that as an homage to someone and as this way of kind of just like extending this compassion? And I, again, like, there has been a lot of suicide in my family. And so to hear someone so compassionately sing to their friend who killed themselves and to just kind of, it's so hard to make space for that when you've loved someone. It's so easy to be like, I fucking hate you for this and I'll hate you forever for this. Like, it's kind of natural in a way. And so to just hear her be like, I don't blame you for any of it, I just thought it was so beautiful.
Yeah, it's a complex subject that people don't really want to address the the nuances of, you know.
Yeah, because you're gonna feel all the things.
No, I know a couple of guys who still to this day are like, if I said, you can't think like that, man.
Yeah. It's hard not to. It's really hard not to.
Said you were the best, but then they were on the kids. Then you would recall the deadly houses you grew up in. Just because they knew your name doesn't mean they know from where you came. What a sad trick you thought that you had to play. But I don't blame you. They never owned it, and you never owed it to them anyway.
You know, I'm just thinking, like, would John Lennon have hooked up with some of these cats? You know what I mean? Because he was, I think he would have done some interesting stuff. I think he would have worked with a lot of young artists, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Absolutely. Okay, so now for the last album, let's go to Dark, Dark, Dark. And that was when you said, like, what was the band that played on the boats? It was Dark, Dark, Dark.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Where are we at here?
And
Nico.
let's do, the album is called Wild Go. And let's do Daydreaming.
Damn it, I'm scrolling. There we go. Daydreaming. Dark, Dark, Dark. These cats are cool. I hate that term steampunk, but they were steampunk. Right?
Well, I don't think they were necessarily steampunk, but they certainly somehow it was all of what we were doing. People tended to, but they were kind of like just punks and folk musicians. That
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, that whole, that's a really nasty term, steampunks. It was like,
So I think we might have to do 2 different albums for them. So first one, do Daydreaming,
okay,
and then we're gonna have to switch to Bright, Bright, Bright for Flood,
okay.
because I think that's a good song to end with, since we were building things in that era.
Think of a place I would go. I'm daydreaming. When the sycamore grows, I'm daydreaming. And oh, if you knew what it meant to me, where the air is so clear. Oh, if you knew what it meant to me, anywhere but here.
And then let's go to, the album is called Bright, Bright, Bright.
Okay, I gotta log on here. Bright, Bright, Bright.
I haven't heard this one in a while, because this was just that moment so thoroughly. But I think let's try the song Flood. But yeah, we met Marshall, there was a couple people in the band, and the first one was Marshall, who just kind of like joined the rafts like they were the circus back in 2006.
The auto type is doing some tricky stuff here. Right?
It doesn't want you to type the word bright 3 times.
It's bringing up bright, bright light. It wants to do. computer. Why does it do that?
Are you on Spotify?
Yeah.
Maybe just go to the discography of Dark, 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 and then scroll down, and it'll let you type in Bright, 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 Bright.
Got it. So what do we want to do?
Let's try Flood.
Flood.
Yeah, this really brings back memories.
Your arms so low to the ground, they're filled with taconite. Oh, your back.
Well, I haven't heard this in so long.
You feel the weight of it all. La da da dum da dum. Oh, your feet, they shuffle around like you packed your body with sand to keep the rains back. Oh, your feet, they shuffle.
Did you guys get any sleep on that?
We did. You know, we would just dock for the night and camp on beaches usually. But yeah, when Dark, 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 when we went to Venice, one of my favorite memories ever was we went to Venice and they told us. So the only reason we were able to be in Italy was because we had already registered the boats for that New York show. So it was like a great kismet that happened. So when we got to Europe, they were like, well, we have to deal with you because you're already registered and so on. So we get into Venice and, you know, we're very celebrated and very, also a little hated. And,
sure, yeah.
you know, we were a lot. And we really wanted to go down the Grand Canal. But the Grand Canal was like, we don't care. The rest of Europe has to deal with the maritime law of, you know, Europe, but the Grand Canal is its own thing. And we were like, okay, we have to go in the Grand Canal. Nobody would let us. And finally, on the last night that the rafts, before they were going to be hauled back in and packed up, we were like, okay, let's just do it. And so we set off at like 1 a.m. and we set off into the Grand Canal. Maybe it was 2 by the time we left, because as I remember, we went all the way up the Grand Canal, and once we realized no one was going to stop us, Dark, Dark, Dark just started playing.
Wow.
So we were just like in the Grand Canal in the middle of the night, and they're just playing, and people are coming to their windows, and these beautiful sounds are bouncing off of the canals. And we did this until sunrise. We went the whole entire length of the canal.
Not documented.
A little bit of documented also.
Oh.
Somebody there was a documentarian. It's in a movie called Empire Me. There's a section about the rafts, and they actually captured that trip. And I'm glad they did because it was so magical. It was so magical.
We'll do a little art talk because this adventure. That's what it was. It was an adventure. Mm-hmm. It was like Huck Finn shit, right?
Yes.
So, how far up the river did you go? Up the Hudson?
So the first 2 years we were on the Mississippi. We went from Minneapolis to St. Louis. Mm-hmm. The third year we did Troy, just down the Hudson up the East River to meet the gallery, and then the following year we packed and unpacked on the shores of Slovenia, and then we went through the Adriatic Sea into the littoral canals of Italy, back out into the Adriatic, into Venice.
No, what people don't understand, these are rafts. These are made out of
that we
milk
built
cartons
ourselves.
and
cartons.
and styrofoam and water, Poland Spring 5-gallon water bottles. This shit works. This is how people from Cuba get here.
I mean, no, it's people were, it really, we built it ourselves. We built it out of construction materials salvaged in New York. It was they were beasts, but they
Yeah.
were works of art, and the whole thing was a work of art, and it was one of the most epic and beautiful things I've ever done in my life. I went through withdrawal from it because I did it for 4 years, and then when I finally set it down, because it was like we had used our 9 lives truly, for years I would be just sitting down doing something, and I'd be like, why am I in this room? Like, I could be on a raft with all my friends right now. It took a minute to settle back into the regular world.
Yeah, the Long Island City. We'll do a little art. Jeffrey took on this big space in Long Island City and did some epic shows there. That there wasn't a lot of documentation. So if you were there, you were there. Mm-hmm. The AVFF show. Kenny Scharf did he was out of his mind at that show doing his caveman performance. He dresses as a caveman and he drinks tequila. And
Okay.
And then let's just say it goes where it goes. But man, I see all my Dutch stories. No one knows that one, the AVF one. Mm-hmm. They wanted to stay and party, and we were having scissor lift races.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God, my friend Orion, who passed last year, back when we had the big cherry pickers out he taught me this thing where he was like, if you drive it to the edge right by the ocean, and then you extend, or right by the river rather, you extend the arm all the way out, you get into the bucket, and then you spin it around, and he was like, you just kind of like whip shitties in circles. It's like a mini little roller coaster. Takes you out over the water and back again, out over the water and back again. I shouldn't be telling that story, but I miss him so terribly much.
Callie's first show at Deutsch, I was helping her construct inside Grand Street, which is not a big, what is it, like 1,500 square feet, 2,000 square feet maybe. Well, Callie took up about 1,800 square feet. And I was telling the directors, like, there's no room for people in this show. They're like, what are you talking about? It's like, there's about 100 square feet for people to stand in. So the show ended up in the streets. We took over from Wooster to what's the next street? Green Street, right? Mm-hmm. Packed. And then there's a little hidden secret that I kind of knew there was something going on, but I didn't know exactly. There's a couple of U-Hauls, and Jeffrey's like, Paul, what's with these U-Hauls? They've been here all day. I'm like, I don't know, Jeffrey. Maybe someone's moving. I don't know. But what secretly was happening, take it out.
Well, we wanted my favorite band then, Japanther, to play, and Jeffrey wisely said, we cannot have a band like that inside. Everything's gonna be destroyed. But Japanther was already on their way. They were already driving. They like cut short a tour to do this, so I couldn't say no. And a friend said, put him in a U-Haul. We'll do the concert from there. And so we did it. We blocked the parking spot all day, and we coordinated it all, and they arrived just in time, and then they threw those gates open and just went crazy, and the crowd went crazy. And they crowd surfed me down Grand Street.
Yeah,
it was also one of those moments where I'm like,
people are on top of the U-Haul.
Yeah. Yes.
And it lasted maybe 12 minutes.
It was quick. We were short and sweet.
And they were off and about, and the cops showed up. They're like, we heard about noise complaints. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, officer.
Yep.
Nothing going on here.
Beautiful.
Like, really? We heard some complaints. A lot of people are complaining.
And those were the logistical masterminds that helped
me.
Man,
Japanther, what a fun band.
So it was such a good era. I loved that era.
Man, and they would play in a kitchen.
Oh yeah, everywhere. They
got together. They got together and they're on the road 2 weeks later.
Yeah. I went to Pratt with them. That was part
of
the
Pratt boys.
Matt and Kim, Japanther. Yeah, that was like the Pratt moment.
Wow. Yeah, I saw them at it's like a nightclub on the south side of Williamsburg.
Wait. Okay. Go ahead.
And they crushed that show, and then they played at Long Island City. And I said, I saw that show at the South Side. He said, oh, you were at that show? That was a great show. I said, yeah, you guys rocked that show. I mean, they were two-piece, just destruction.
So how about we end the podcast with Pleased to Meet You by Japanther.
Yes. Oh, yeah, yes. Yes.
Yeah, and I love that you have all these stories from the other side. I didn't know that detail about why are these U-Hauls there all day. And it actually made me forget that Jeff Stark, the logistical mastermind, organized all that. He was and is brilliant at those things.
Okay, Japanther.
And then the song is called Pleased to Meet You.
Yeah. Come on, where are they? Seymour. Okay, Seymour. It's got to be here. See less.
Let's see if it's on there. It might be Too Cool for School.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pleased to Meet You. It's on here.
All right. I even saw him at Lux back in the day.
I can also just play it off my phone if it's not working.
Yeah, but you're not hooked up to the speaker.
Okay, get it. So this was fun. This was a fun little stroll. I really took you into the most depressing songs, and we still managed to make it fun.
Well, we're gonna pump it up. Here we go.
And so poppy, so fun, but so poppy, like such good. I think this was the song that they played when they threw open the back of the U-Haul. And, you know, with them screaming out of... What did he use to sing? He used to use like a CB radio or something. Sunglasses time.
Yeah, they used to sing into a telephone receiver.
Telephone receiver.
Yeah.
That's right. All right. Cool. Well, thank you.
Well, Callie Cal, what a pleasure. I was like, when I was putting, you know, I have a list, and I was like, oh, this. I hope she can do this.
Amazing. Yeah, perfect timing. I've been home all month. I picked this month as no travel. I'm just working on this film set in the World Trade Center for this fairy tale. So we'll invite you by when it's ready, because it's...
And
The
so,
world.
like I said, folks, this is education. I got stumped 7 out of 10.
I love that.
I'm learning. And learn. If you want to put that knife down, listen to some of these records, maybe get you through it. And thank God you got out of Florida.
Yeah.
It's a fucked up state. I was just in Miami throwing a party. Well, I'm not throwing a party at the dudes. They were like, "You can't do that here." I'm like, "I've been trying to contact you for 6 weeks." Well, Angel died. I said, "I know Angel died." Well, his wife is who's in charge of the social media. Like, if someone told me that, then I wouldn't have pressed the issue.
Yeah.
I don't know who Chrissy is. I only
Right.
know Angel.
Right.
So,
Yeah, and Miami is not really, that's a different part of Florida. I'm
Right.
from like Dirt Road, Florida.
Yeah.
All right,
All right.
amazing. Thank you. We did it.
Hey, now go get some food.
For
Wash
real.
down that $7 kombucha.
That's right.
New York prices. Jeez
Wow.
Louise.
Well, thank you. I'm gonna get that's my probiotics for a week.
Nice.